Thanks for joining this call, and I'm super excited to be back and do another training call. I came actually back with an empty mind and wanted to see what the next step is. So I just posted a simple Facebook page because you probably have recognized that you guys feed me with ideas and with wishes. So, and that is my goal, that becomes my goal. So the first thing I did this morning is which topic would you like to cover? And Tim Parker, he is a very direct person and very smart. So he said two things which multiple people have asked me are either a PDF or short video showing how to set up a subdomain to use as a lab for themselves to experiment the various of themes or to use as a demo. Include how to install local theme Jack into the subdomain folder as well. Also give them the procedure to set it up and notify support so they get charged only 1 credit. So I'm not sure if you have seen this email, but enter yes or no if you like to have this as topic tonight. So I see a lot of yeses, I see one no. So probably the no is one who already knows how to do it. And that's done. I understand that. So the next topic, if you have time, is for HomeAdvisor Limited. Same thing as a PDF, a step video to gather full details of a niche. Start with the setup, ensure you get emails for as many as possible. Would be a good idea to lead finder Jack a site defender as well, go from start to finish. Not necessary to wait the time to get all, but maybe only do 20 or so just to show the full process. Some explanation about the shortcodes if they want to revise or start their own templates, and possible anyone who has done more templates could share with the group. So you guys, for the second half of the webinar, is it a good topic? So then we cover local theme Jack and we cover lead finder Jack, and that's the goal for today. I didn't, not for United Kingdom, but HomeAdvisor is indeed not for United Kingdom, but there's so much more in lead finder Jack that you will benefit from it. So only the part HomeAdvisor. And what you want to do, and I will start a post in Facebook. What are important business directories in United Kingdom and in Australia? So if there are certain business directories which people go to find a business, send them to support or put them in Facebook. Okay? Once we got some time, we can implement them too. It is the same structure. Okay? So if there are those kind of business directories in Australia or United Kingdom, send them to support or post them on Facebook. So now, before I skip any further, who's the first time on this webinar with me? Because last week we got a couple of new members and I don't know if they're already attending the webinar. So type in yes if you are the first time on my webinar. So Joy, welcome Joy. Welcome Jack. Gary, welcome. Charles, welcome. So I'm a local internet marketer. I actually serve my client by myself. And my tools and my knowledge is based on my own experience. So all what I created, I use also in my own business. I'm a local internet marketer. I make the most money with local internet marketing. I like this part too, but it's not my main income. So I'm willing to share my knowledge with you. I'm sharing with you what works for me, and if you follow my steps, it will also work for you. So what you want to do is you want to sign up for this Facebook group. Especially the local Team Jack Facebook group is very active. The Lead Finder Jack Facebook is coming on speed. So you want to make sure that you are joining those Facebook groups. There are great people over there and they share things. So with that said, welcome everybody, and let's dig into the content. So I did not make a lot of slides, so you have to follow me a little bit what I'm doing. So if you go to leadfinderjack.com/training, I hope you see a link, my favorite hoster. Okay, so let me copy this link address. So if you don't have a hoster or you have a problem with a hoster, this is good. This is a good alternative. You know, I struggled with them too. And if a hoster was good in the past, it doesn't mean that they are still good, because they can have changed owners. So open that link, and then what you want to do is you want to go for the reseller account, and you start with level 1. If you don't have an account, you sign up, and I would like to order a new domain. So just start. Any ideas from good domain? So I haven't prepared this. eLocal biz. eLocal biz. I don't know if that. Unavailable purpose. Okay. So why a resell account? Because if you want to be in a position that you offer website hosting for your customers, for your clients. In that way, you can start asking monthly maintenance fee. If you have it on your own hoster, there are two things. You are in control of your, of the website. The second thing is the client doesn't have to do anything. They like to concentrate on their business. There are two ways. Either they buy the domain and point it to your server, or you buy the domain and and point it to your server. The preference that you buy, but if they have problems with that, they can buy. Let's see, go back. Can you go back? Yeah, can you do that with a Host9 Enterprise account? Yes. So with an enterprise account. So not sure what you mean with that. No, shared. No, you do not want shared. Okay? You do not want shared. That is nothing for an internet market. That is for people who are not serious. Okay? So do not use shared. If you are serious in your business, you don't want shared. So I cannot, if $18 per month is too much, then you are not in the right business. How much extra should we charge if they are domain name and hosting for us? You want to charge at least a package for $97 per month. In that package, you can throw in something like hosting, making sure that the website stays alive, so technical updates, content update, and you might want to throw in some simple Google Places or Google for Business listing. That is a nice package for $97 per month. There are other services which you can add. For example, what they love, and I find it out every time again, they love to get one video per month. So if you can create on Fiverr or by yourself a video, you can add it to the package. So if you go to the Local Team Jack group, Facebook group, you will see ideas about packages. There are some great ideas. Why not shared? Okay, shared means those are shared by a lot of marketers, a lot of people. Much more than reseller. Okay, so that means that the server can be slow, can be screwed up. There's much more problem with that server. They throttle the speed if things are going on. Your site is not loading fast. It's always trouble. The one thing you don't want to provide is trouble for your client. So it is a much better situation if you provide something that has some value. With shared accounts, if one client screws up, all get blamed. Yeah, just all get affected, you know. So here's the next thing. If you get more than 10 clients paying monthly, you want to switch over to dedicated. Remember this. When you get 10 or more clients paying you monthly, you want to switch to dedicated. Then you are a true internet marketer, okay? He said, I didn't know that. I have a shared enterprise and I have as many issues, okay? So, but that is also important. I recommend reseller for many of you. But if you have 10 or more clients who pay you $97 or $190 or $500 per month or so, switch over to dedicated. So, do you have an affiliate link that we can use? I just drop it in. But everybody see my affiliate. But I'm not saying that Host9 is the only good one, okay? I'm only saying that is a good option. I know certain ones but are not a good option. I get from the 9 of the 10 installing problems are because something is not working on the hoster plan. We try to make the installer plugin so smart that it finger points what is not working on the hoster. But sometimes those hoster doesn't give you a lot of information. Okay? If you have a good hoster, now then very rare that you have an installation problem. Very rare. Sometimes when you have a good hoster and they are so protected, you need to white label the IP, something very specific. Okay? So let me continue quickly. So remember, if you're new to internet marketing, you select the reseller account. If you have 10 or more clients, you select the dedicated. Okay? And you can easily move between the plans. So find out more, level 1, sign up. Anybody has a good domain name? What is free? My local biz, I don't know. Search. Hey, my local biz. Who wants to have that domain name? It's not a bad domain name. I didn't know that, okay? So close and search in order select the domain name, okay? So you go through the screen. You don't need SSL if you don't do shopping carts, Google AdWords, not at this point, but you need it later on. Add to cart, ID protection is up to you if you want that, update cart, and then check out, you know, if you want to pay annually, check out now, and you just fill out this, okay? It's very simple. Everybody get this? I'm not doing this because it takes about 20 minutes to get an email and everything gets set up, but I have a cPanel which I can show you how you set up a WordPress site. Everybody get this step? Hoster selection, you know, what you need to do. So cPanel and then eBiz. Okay, so I'm logging in cPanel. They all can look a little bit different, okay? But what you want to do is you want to search for a WordPress script. Everybody see this? Either you you search on Word or you search on Soft, you know? Those are typically two search keywords, and you're looking for that WordPress symbol. Everybody see this? Okay. Now I'll click on this. And then you click on install. Okay, like I said, every cPanel looks a little bit different, okay? But you got the ID. You click on install. Okay, I want to have a subdomain of another domain. So let's say I give that niche one. Is that what you like? Or plumber? Okay, let's give it plumber. Okay, plumber. Then the database name, you don't need to change it, but I like a short letter, plumber. You can only put a couple of letters. Table prefix you don't want to change, and then plumbing. Give the website a name, and then you can change it later. Local plumbing. Then the admin is fine. Admin is fine. So you want to give it your own name. Then let me assume that this is my email, but it is not. And then I click install. Everybody get those steps? Look at it in directory. You guys see this? In directory. And I use plumber. Now that default WordPress theme gets installed in the subdomain eBiz lead/plumber. Everybody see this step? That is actually important. Okay? In directory plumber. And then all other fields, they are just as you like, it's not that important. And then I click and install. But this is actually the key. In directory plumber. Then I click in install, and now it will tell if all the fields are valid and give a progress bar. Then it gives a link to log in. Click on that link. And the first thing, and then you see a lot of redirect links. The first thing I do is click on login. Okay, now that link is a little bit cleaned up. Now we use it, username is admin and password is also admin. And you log in. Okay, and now I use RoboForm to save it. You know, I remember nothing, as you guys probably expect. Okay, I use RoboForm. So let me show the default website. You see, ebislead/plumber. Everybody see this? ebislead/plumber. So that is my subdomain already. So the most difficult part I'm already done. Okay. So now I'm going to upload the installer plugin, add new, upload plugin, find the installer plugin on my desktop, and click on install now. Activate plugin, go to TeamJack installer, select your level, enterprise, multi or single. Let's do enterprise. I click on submit, go to TeamJack, license, enter your license, submit, go to settings, I'm searching for plumber, click on plumbing, import theme. Are you guys seeing my screen or not? I hope you did. Okay, now plumbing is installing. Okay, so this was the original WordPress site. Okay, now this is the new one. I'm done. You see this? Within 10 minutes, I think, I set up a subdomain. I installed the installer plugin. I enter my license. I select the niche and I click on import. This one was before the theme was created and this one was after. Okay? Everybody get it now? Select your hoster, login cPanel, search for Word or WordPress or search for soft, S-O-F-T. Enter a directory name on your subdomain. Then click on that default WordPress link, log in with your username and password, upload the installer plugin, select the multi or the enterprise theme, go to license, enter your license email address, go to settings and select your niche. Everybody get it? Okay. I agree. There are more options. I don't say that other options are bad or worse, okay? I just give you one method. I can give every week another method. But this one is pretty easy to follow. There are other methods. There are multi-site, you know, there's subdomains, you know, there's a lot of other things around. This works. So you can do it for the main domain and you can do it for the subdomain. If you don't fill out a subdirectory name, the default WordPress site will get installed on the main domain on ebislead. Okay? If you enter subdomain, a subdirectory name, a directory name, then it will get a subdirectory name. Okay? Now I have installed plumbing. Do you guys want to see a second domain? So I do the same process. It's not new. You want me to do another one, or you want me to continue? Okay. So same deal. See. Let me go to cPanel. So here we are, okay? Let me log out here, let me log out here, let me log out there. Okay, here's cPanel. I'm going to search on Word. I look for that WordPress, or I'm going to search on soft, something like that. Click on WordPress, click on install, and I give a directory name. Let's say Painter. Okay, don't change the database name, it's not so important. Give it a site name, Painter. Don't make it complicated at this point. Local Painter. Give it an admin username and give it an admin password, okay? And then you can enter an email address. You should enter an email address. And then click and install. Everybody get this? In directory, Painter. All other fields are not so complicated, but you did this a little bit the trick. Click in install. Now depending on your server speed, you will see it. And then you get a link, either by email, but probably also here. And you click on that WP admin link. And now you get a long link in the browser. I don't like that long link. So I click one time on login, and now the link is cleaned up. Enter username and password. You probably want to save it in your password keeper. And now I have a default WordPress site. You see this? So, what is the next step? This is where most of you guys screws up. What is the next step? Settings, install plugin, upload plugin, plugins, plugin. Yes. So, please remember, and it is very confusing, you need to upload a plugin and not a theme. Yeah, you get it, Terry. You install the theme with a plugin. I know, nobody is doing that, okay? I know it's different, but it's so easy. Once you see it, it is so easy. So, plugin, install plugin, add new, upload plugin, install a plugin, and not one from 2 months ago. Go to the plugin, and you want to see access protection. If you don't see access protection, you have an old plugin. So let's choose the multi today. Actually, I don't know. I don't have a license for that. Select enterprise and click on submit. Then Team Jack. And it asks for the license, email. What is next step now? What is next step? Settings and choose niche. Correct. You go to settings, and this site was about painting, so I enter Painter, click import theme, Takes, depending on your speed, a minute. For the plugin, you want to see the access-wise, then you're good. So, this one was before, and this is after. Everybody got this? So, I know there are a couple of new ones out there on my webinar. Tell me what you think when you see this as a first time live. You know, other ones have seen this more often. John said great. Robert said well done. Gary said I love it. Charles said all of the teams I have seen are beautiful. And JC said smart. So, yes. So now you should be able to set up your hoster, log in cPanel, search for WordPress, enter an first you want to install the WordPress on your main domain, so you do not enter a subdirectory name, but the next one you want to set up those demo domains or your other domains. Then you set up you enter a directory and you go through those steps. Is it okay to remove the installer plugin after theme is completed? Yes, it is okay, and I recommend it if you share the WordPress login with a client. Is it possible to change the content to a different niche if I want to do it all, the content myself? Yeah, you can edit any niche. How can I upload a logo already owned? Yeah, there are how-to videos in it, but upload a logo is just simple. So now for the enterprise users. If you want to set up the website company domain website, and on the subdomains you want to install a couple of demo domains, you can send a support ticket with your demo domain. And I'm going to enter that in the license system, that it only counts for 1 credit. This is only for enterprise users. Okay? So now you can easily set up, your digital marketing team or your website service team, whatever you like. And then you can set up subdomains and you can refer to them. So in the demo subdomain, how many sites can you set up under the demo subdomain? Now I haven't restricted that, but I have seen that it got misused. So I'm thinking to limit to 30. So it's just, a couple of your college screws up things sometimes. And that is where I get not happy. So I want to help you as much as possible, but as soon as things get misused, then I have to restrict things. Can those 30 be exchanged as needed? As long as you have an active enterprise account, you can exchange them. At the moment you don't have an active enterprise account, you can exchange nothing anymore. For the domain strategy, do you use a domain on various niche submission for one city and a read for that next city? This is more, you don't need to put city name in your company name. This is more, those sub niches is more that represents your company, that they can have a preview about your work. When you sign up a client and want to do some marketing for them, you don't set up subdomains. It's on the main domain. and it can be on any domain. So I don't want to keep you guys too long tonight, and I think the replay, if it did go a little bit too fast, I think the replay will give you some good hold-on points, and I prefer not to script to the Lead Finder tool. Okay, that was the second point, and let me bring that up so I know better what was asked. So for the Home Advisor Unlimited, same thing. Simple PDF or video step by step to gather full details for a niche. Start with the setup to ensure that you get emails as many as possible. Would be a good idea for Lead Finder Jack or Site Lead Finder, as well as to go from site to finish. Not necessarily wait time. Okay, so let me open Lead Finder Jack. I haven't prepared that much, but let me try my best. So that was the website built as a demo to show to prospective customers. Yes, that's a good way to do it. So everybody, no, not everybody see it because I haven't. Yeah, everybody see Lead Finder Jack now? Okay. So I'm going to cover a couple of things. So not only for the Home Advisor, so stay with me, okay? Even if you don't use the Home Advisor. Assume you do have the Home Advisor. I'm going to the process. There are four options. Search one niche in one city. Example, search all plumbers in Boca Raton. Search all roofers in Boca Raton. Everybody get that option? Second option, search all niches in one city. So now from Boca Raton I don't want not only the plumbers, but I also want the roofers and the air conditioning guys and all those guys. So now I get much more companies, but not specific to a niche. Everybody get this? The third option is very powerful. Assume your niche is plumber. Wouldn't you not like to get all the plumbers who spend thousands of dollars each month in one state? That is the third option. You select one niche in one state. So that means all plumbers in Florida or all roofers in Florida. Everybody get this option? This is the option you want to use when you got some time. Okay? Florida and plumbers. Okay? And you do that for your state where you want to market in. Everybody get this? This is so powerful, I cannot say it enough. Okay. Now, I don't know what the word is about powerful, but there is something above that. And that is not, I want not to have all the plumbers in one state, I want all the plumbers in all the 50 states. You guys realize what I just said? I don't want the plumbers in one state. I want all the plumbers in all 50 states. So now you select the niche and it automatically looks at, finds and collects all the plumbers in one state. Everybody get this option? This is just, it cannot get better. It cannot get better. That you get a list of your niche who spend $1,000 each month, and not only 100, but you get 1,000 of them. Everybody get it? Okay. Takes time, okay? But you bought your computer not to play. You bought your computer to work for you. You're an internet marketer. Let that computer run. Thousands searches will it do it for you. Once it's ready, you have gold. That database is more worth than your computer. You guys understand what I'm saying? That database is more worth than your computer once it's done. Okay, let me do an example. One niche in one city. Back to start. Select one niche in one city. So Florida, city, Boca Raton. Which niche you like us to select? Tree service. Tree service is actually a good niche. Do you know why? Because people who has a problem, they are in need. They don't care about, they don't call 10 for the best price. They want to have it solved now. Okay, so now I'm selecting that, and it looks for all the tree service company in Boca Raton. I don't know how much it returns. I have no idea. I didn't prepare this, okay? But it does all by itself. It found 50. You saw that quickly. And then it skips to the search screen. And you just click continue. Now, on the back end, it's going to find their real phone number. You guys understand what I'm saying? On Home Advisor, there are phone numbers listed. Those are all tracking numbers. You never want to dial those phone tracking numbers. Every software provider leads and say, let's say you know, I have a Home Advisor module in it. Ask them which phone number they collect. I'm telling you, you never want to use the Home Advisor phone number. You screw up at the beginning. They get charged for a marketing call. Now, that is a good start to start a conversation. So Lead Finder Jack does by purpose not collect the Home Advisor phone tracking number. It's going to search all over the internet the real phone number. If Lead Finder Jack cannot find the real phone number, now that business is not very big. They haven't entered any phone number in any business directory. They don't have a website, you know. They are just not that big. So it's probably not a good target. It's going to after the owner's name. It's going to after email addresses. Okay, it takes quite a bit of time to find thousands and thousands and thousands to look at thousand options. You will never able to do this manually. Never. Not with the accuracy and not with the amount. It takes time. Don't bother that it takes time. Go to do some fun. Minimize the screen. Do something else. Especially when you have a lot of accounts. Everybody get this? Okay. Now, once you have those emails, you want to set up an email hoster that only you have to do it one time. And I think there's a video about it, but it's pretty simple. The most important task is that you have to have those mail server credentials. And if you have the HomeAdvisor version, you can, as alternative, you can also select Lead Finder Jack server, and it's better to enter 4 different servers than only one, because with 4 different servers it goes even faster. You go to template and you set up an email template. Okay, local SEO. And you just enter the email template. If you have the HomeAdvisor version or the enterprise version, you can set a code email track. You enter your cursor and you just click on email track. And then that code gets entered in the template. What that will do is you will know when and if that email gets opened. Okay? And then you go to tracking and you see all those great information. Brr. Now, that was HomeAdvisor. Some of you guys don't target US companies. You want to use local biz. Painters, London. And then you select your country, United Kingdom. Do you guys see it? Okay, here, United Kingdom. Click on search. Okay. Now you get all the painters in London. This is a very fast method to get a lot of niches in a city, in any country of the world. So where do we find those email addresses? In the business directories and on their website. How can you get them? But you don't have email. I'm not following that question. If that business has left their email address on the internet, Lead Finder Jack will find it. If you bought the HomeAdvisor version, you want to log in the membership site, and there's a link Biz Lead Finder, and it have email templates in it. Okay, now it found 417 painters in London. Can I hear a wow from your guys who live in the United Kingdom? 417 companies. Not any software can do it that fast as Lead Finder Jack. I guarantee. Once you have this collected, you need to dig deep to find all the detail information. This phone number is actually pretty good. So this is not a tracking phone number from the local biz. But it finds if they have a website and who the owner names is. All kind of detail information it finds. HomeAdvisor can't find email address easily with a question mark. So you will discover that about half of the HomeAdvisor business don't have a website. They are so busy with running their business, they just are okay to pay HomeAdvisor money for leads. So you have a big opportunity to contact them and say, I notice you don't have a website and can help you with it, also with providing leads. Do you get it, Ray? That don't find it email can actually be an advantage. They are willing to pay for leads. They didn't have time or the technical skill or whatever to set up a website. You can offer really easy a website with one click. It doesn't take you sweat. You can make $500 per day easily. Just target the right businesses. Yes, you have to, instead of email, you probably have to call them or send them a letter, something to contact them. So now the search is running for the painters in from Home Advisor. When you go to campaigns and you said let me go to Plumbers Boca Raton, and then you guys see those emails already here from those Plumbers Boca Raton where the search is running for. You guys see them? And you can export them. You can say auto-select emails. It finds the best email addresses, and then you start the campaign with the template. So you have to add template to it, emails, and we did SEO, wasn't it? Where's SEO template? Where's local SEO? And there's a tracking code in it. And if I now start campaign, and if I start the email campaign, it's going to run. Everybody get it? Now, there are two things you also want to know. It's not difficult. No, most software don't provide it, so probably new. You go to emails, and there are two lists. Blacklist means every email what I collect or whatever, it will never send out to a company. Let's say and I said every email I find or whatever, and it has the word private in it, that email doesn't get sent out. If it had private@domain.com, that email will not get sent out. Everybody get what blacklist is? Good. Now there is a no contact list. Assume somebody replied and say, please don't send me emails anymore, or your clients or whatever. You add that email address, my@gmail.com, whatever it is. Okay. Now that email no one email will get sent to my@gmail.com. Just don't happen email. Never leads from Leadfinder Jack to that email. There's a no contact list and a blacklist. So that helps you to make some errors, and you don't want those. So your current clients, you probably want to put them in no contact list. You never want to prospect them again, second time. So that's basically this. I can speak you for hours, and I get a lot of questions. Now let me tell me a little bit. I purposely did not answer a lot of questions because I want to stay focused. So if you felt, Jack, you don't answer my question, because I want to go very dedicated over the topics. If you use email server of Leadfinder Jack, where does the reply go to when they are replied to the same email? So if you go to email and you go to settings and go to modify settings, and then you see sender email. If somebody replies to the sender email, it gets sent to the sender email. Even when the mail hoster is something completely different, the reply goes to the sender email. What is the difference between Lead Finder Jack and BizLead Finder? There are a lot of differences. The BizLead Finder gives you access to Home Advisor, but it also gives you the features like email tracking. You can send 400 emails instead of 100 emails. You can track the emails. There are so many features you have with that BizLead Finder package. What is the link? One second. Lead Finder Jack, Home Advisor. In your experience, what percentage of Home Advisors with no website does Lead Finder come back with an email? It depends on a niche, but it's about 30%. And it's not because if Lead Finder Jack had 100% of the website, it would find much higher percentages of emails. But most of them don't have a website. So we are now 1 hour on the call, and I don't want to make the replay too long, so I'm going to close the replay, and then we can have some time for FreeCast questions. So or Q&A call. So for the guys who listen to this replay, I would like to thank you, and below are some links if you need some more information. If you want to take the opportunity to ask me live questions, you just join the call whenever you have an opportunity. Thank you so much.